Right, what's on the bench this week? It is the brand new Werk Sd.Kfz.250-3 Ausf.A German World War II command / radio half track with Rommel and driver figure. Very, very cool. So it's a Werk collaboration with Takom. It's a 1/16 kit, so it's another big one. Really good price on this one. There's 20 odd sprues in there, so you get a lot of kit for your money. If you haven't got into 1/16 stuff so far, why haven't you? It's really good. This is a great way of getting into it. Loads of detail here. You've got the Maybach engine, you've got the jerry cans, you've got 2 figures. It's great. Let's get one on the bench and see what they're like. Here we go, the new Werk Sd.Kfz.250-3 Ausf.A Greif. First thing you notice, massive box. It's a 1/16 kit. It's the new Takom Werk special, so Werk in cooperation with Takom. Yeah, massive box. What's the box saying? Highly detailed static plastic model kit, workable track links and suspension, full interior including engine and radios, which is really nice. You don't normally see that at a small scale. 5 marking options, driver and Rommel figure included. So 2 figures in this one, which is really, really cool. So yeah, let's have a look at the side art. Got a few liveries here of how you can make it. So we've got the Tobruk, 1942, Libya, May 42, Egypt, July 42. Got the Southern Russia, summer 42, and the South Russia part 2, summer 42. So 2 different cameos for that one. Really cool. 5 different ways of doing it there. Top of the box. What's on this side then? So we've got nice render of the model. Shows off the radio, the dials, the full interior. Really, really cool. Yeah, so here's your Rommel, and here's your driver figure. Detailed running gear with torsion bar suspension, like the original. That's new. Detailed engine with openable engine cover plates, really cool. So you can see that Maybach engine. Complete detailed interior, workable tracks and suspension, driver and Rommel figure included. 5 marking options that we've looked at, and decals for the radios as well. Yeah, really, really cool. Promising a lot. Let's crack this open and have a look. Okay, let's get this big box open. Right, okay, we've got a lot of sprues. A lot of sprues. I'm not surprised, I was expecting a lot of sprues. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and your tyres. 20 sprues, and 21 if we're counting the clear parts as well. So yeah, that's a lot of sprues. But it's a big old box, so I was expecting that. This must be the instruction manual and the decals. Yeah, very cool. Where should we start with this? So let's get this box out of the way. Let's open this up and have a look, shall we? Got a few little bits and bobs in here. So, that's your clear plastic parts. We'll have a look at the sprues in a second. In here, we've got some wire. We'll find out what that's for later on. We've got some photo etch. Not a lot of photo etch, but yeah, a nice amount, and because it's 1/16, quite easy to install and glue on. So yeah, if you're worried about photo etch, don't be, because that's not a lot. And a big old decal sheet here. So we've got different markings. They've all been pre-cut as well, so that'll be nice and easy to put on like that. Got different license plates. We've got a few various other bits there that I can't mention on YouTube. We've got the dials. We've got, yeah, lots of details. So we're up to 60 decals. Yeah, not too bad for a big kit. Not too bad. Okay, so we'll leave those there. This is the instruction manual. Let's have a look at the instructions. Nice colour front on here. So yes, here we go. We've got, how many colours we're looking at? Up to V. So yeah, recommends quite a few colours, but I'm not surprised really. What we say in here, read and understand the instructions, extra care to avoid personal injury, yeah, usual stuff. So the colours, the black, silver, leather, white, gunmetal, wood, green, red, neutral grey, rust, rubber, blue, baker light, which is an unusual one, skin tone, orange, and few others. So yeah, quite a lot of colours required. Well, it depends which livery you're going to do. Okay, so part 1 is the parts list. So we've already been through the sprues, but yeah, a lot of sprues in here. So we got three of the tracks. We got 2 lots of the running gears. We got the cable. So that might be the tow cable, that the metal part we had earlier, just up there. Oh, we got different wheels. We got your photo etch. We got your Rommel and the driver figures. Cool. So yeah, part 1. We've got this cool sort of weathered vibe to the instruction manual, where it's all a bit grubby there, in a sort of field manual type setup. I suppose it's meant to be like that, unless someone spilled their coffee, but never mind. Yes, there's your chassis. Then we go on. So we do chassis. And we add all your bits and bobs here. So you're just repeating yourself across the chassis to build your track links and your running gear. And then we're on to the wheels. So you're making 6 of those. So just, yeah, rinse and repeat. Then we install them onto the chassis. Again, it's your classic kind of one up, one down on the wheels. So just make sure you follow them. I remember struggling with this when I was younger on the older Tamiya Panzer. Just not following the instructions. But there is a particular order, and anyone who's made armour will know how that works by now. Okay, we're on to the track links. Yep, 38 on each side. So, yeah, a lot of track links to put together, but they look quite nice. It gives you that nice sag on the finish. So that's really smart. And then we're going on to build. What are we on here? Yeah, build some of the bars on the front and back, and then we're on to the tyres. So we've got different tyres on this one. I believe there's different sets of tyres, so you can have the quite smooth ones, and you can also have them a bit more desert worn, which is nice. Nice to have that option for the finish. We'll have a proper look at that later on, but yeah, cool. Depends if you want it to be a museum piece or a bit more realistic. So there we go, tyres, and then we move on to the engine block, and then we're building the interior, which is really nice. Again, we've got some colour instructions here, just showing you where the decals go for the interior. Really smart. So you've got your wheel, your pedals, your prop shafts and everything. That all goes down to the gearbox. And then we've got the seat, the foldable seat, which is only available in the DAC version, which is cool. It's the first time we've seen that. Then you've got your proper engine then, so you're doing all your belts and whatnot. So you build that up. Lovely little colour diagram of the Maybach, so you know how to colour it. It's really nice, because that'll be quite visible when you open up at the end, which is unusual. Yeah, radiator grille, and then it's showing you on here where to pop your photo etch as you put together your chassis. So it's starting to come together at this point because it's full interior. Got to make sure you do it correctly. So yeah, then we're onto the back seats here, and then the radio. This is touted as one of the features in here. It's got a full radio, fully replicated radio, which is really, really nice. There's so much detail on that. Just have a look at that. Yeah, really, really cool. And in 1/16, that's probably about scale as well. Cool. Yeah, so this goes through how to build the aforementioned radio. Pretty complex. So yeah, you've got the radio and you've got all your housing for it. So that sits there at the back. And then we go through to build the side plates, the armor plates, and they go on as you'd expect. It just shows you how to wire up your engine exhaust, quite straightforward. And then we do your exterior bits and bobs. So we've got your wire cutters, we've got your shovel, lights. Yeah, very, very cool. Part 27, again, we're just doing the trims and the cloaks at this point. So we've got your medical supplies here. We've got your rear entry point there. Again, yeah, we've got the other radio there, like a little receiver. That's quite fun. These are your port hatches. These are actually functional, which is really nice. So they open and close, so you can have a little peep inside that interior from the front. Then we've got your rifle rack here, which is fitted inside. So yeah, we've got a few different guns and bits and bobs. Yep, so this is just putting the top canopy together, putting all your trims on, getting your lights on, which are all the clear parts. And then we go on to your figures. So this is your driver, quite simple to put together. It's like nicely molded, that one. I believe it's injection molded rather than printed, but yeah, again, looks really nice. Really, really good idea. So you got your driver, sits in the front, obviously driving. Got your top bit goes on. Then this is your fuel rack I mentioned earlier. Really cool. So you build half a dozen jerry cans and they stack on the back. So that's a nice detail. You can really weather those up and just have them on the back. Adds a bit more sort of lived-in feel to the model, which is like what's really good about 116 kits. So you've got your radio gear there, your headset, and then you've got your LMG up top. So he goes on the mount, sits up there. It's really nice little centerpiece there to look at. Then we've got your excess tracks on the front, which are optional for the DAC version, which I'd probably make because it's the most detail-heavy one. Okay, cool. So we've got your front hooks, and we've got your cable from earlier to attach on the front, just to give it a real nice sort of real finish. Then we're on to old Rom himself. So yeah, pretty simple, goes together. He's got his binoculars, his signature binoculars, and he sits up top. And yeah, simple, done. Got yourself a nice 116 Sd.Kfz.250 3. So yeah, it's a little bit more of a detailed view here into the color schemes. So this is the Torbrook Libya color scheme there. It just shows you where your decals go, the correct plates to use, just how to apply your decals, because it's come on 2 pieces there, so you can angle it around the contours of the chassis, which is a nice feature there. Real premium choice there. Painting and marking guide. Again, this is your Libyan one, so very similar. Just got a few different decals. Then we go on to your Africa Core one. So you've got your very similar. Just again, just a slightly different livery. And then you're onto your Russian one. So we're into the grey. So there's 2 different versions there. You got your kind of nicely. Might be really good fun to do that. It's a sort of hand applied camo for the Panzer Division. Or you're just doing your classic. But yeah, very cool. Got all your decals there. Shows you a few different places you can put them. Right, and that's the pamphlet on the back here. Das Werk just shows you some other kits they've done. So these are all 135 kits here. P1101, really nice kit. Yeah, the Leopard 2. Yeah, 7.5 pack, and the Ausf.A of the Das Werk, so the previous release. Yeah, very cool. So that is the instruction manual. Okay, let's have a look at some of these sprues. We got a lot to get through, so let's go. This is all your track wheels here. Really nice detail on those. Good high quality parts. Again, lovely size for these. It's going to be a lot of fun for weathering and doing your fabrics on your seats there. Yeah, really cool. There's your rifles on there as well. You see those? They're looking quite smart. So you've got all your rims. All the bits we looked at earlier. You've got your running gear. Yep, nice. Even the little bits are still quite large. I mean, even on a large scale, you're always going to have smaller bits because that's just how scale works. But still fun. Big kit, but not easy to build. Just time consuming rather than complex. So again, everything's already been pre-detailed there. So you've got your kind of slat flooring on there. Nice, really nice. These are your seats. They've all been sort of the fabrics have been done. So again, really nice tooling on those. So there's all your tools here to go on the top. So this is a bit of a utility sprue, just pieces. Then we got the running gears. And we got a few of the chassis and axle parts. Yeah, nice. Toe hooks there, and they're looking smart. Again, very cool. We got here the top of the chassis. So big, yeah. Just give you an example of how big that is. So yeah, big old. I mean, that's only going to be sort of up to here. So really nice. It's got a couple of the fold-out seat, DAC version. Cool. Let's have a look at the bottom of the chassis while we're here as well. Because I heard they've got different tires. Yeah, they do. So you've got different treads on. It's really smart. Yeah, you get 2 different choices of tyres. You can have them all sort of run in, or you can have them looking pretty factory fresh. So that is your one with a nice tread, and you've got a more worn one. So very different tyres. Nice. Depends on what you're doing with it, but yeah, really good idea there. So yeah, that's in the rubber as well, so proper tyres. massive chassis. Look at the size of that. You're gonna have to move a few things around the shelf to have this one, but you can always find room for your hobbies, right? Really nice tooling on that one. I mean, the rivet counters are gonna have a field day with this one. It is, yeah, there's a lot there to count. See on there. Do your worst. That one away, because if I don't do it now, I will never do it. Clear parts for your lights and bits. Yeah, very nice. Not too many, only about 10 or so. Visors and bits. Pretty straightforward stuff. Jerry cans. Yep, half a dozen jerry cans of this kit. Lovely big cans. They've got loads of detail on. You can see right up close. They've got all the marking and the branding on them. Really, really smart. So, Craft off 20 litre cans. Oh, that's incredible. So this size just gives you such a nice finish to these bits. Yeah, we've got a few more tow hooks. We've got a few of the props there. Yeah, again. Oh, this is the endurance bag. So 3 sprues there, a lot of track links, and a lot of suspension bits. Yeah, this is when you go into robot mode and just zone out and start clipping it all together. But yeah, it's fun, isn't it? Because you get a nice sag on your links as well. And it looks cool. And at the end of the day, when you buy armor, there's always going to be tracks, and it's always going to be running gear. But you know that. Okay, who we got next? I believe this is... Oh no, it's Rom. It's the Desert Fox himself. Really nice 1/16 plastic mold of Rom. So yeah, he's got his accurate 1942 attire on. He's got his pointy hand, his binoculars. He's got another hand that can rest on the front of the Greif. He's got some feet, because that's always nice. It's a full model, so you can do anything you like with it. He doesn't have to sit inside his car. Yeah, that looks really cool. Really nice detailing on it. Yeah, very clean. It's lovely. Sort of the way that the uniform's all creased on that. It's quite nice the way he's sat. So it's really, really nicely tooled there. And all this, the fabric on the trousers is going to be a lot of fun when you put a wash on that. Yeah, you're going to get a really nice finish on there. Cool. Let's move on. This is the radio, so it's going to be a long paint job on those, doing all your little dials and doodads. But really, really nice. Let's get that on camera there. Yeah, a lot of detailing there. We've got a few bits and bobs. Got a few of the crates. More of the structure. This must be the driver then, by process of elimination. Again, really, really nice. It's a nice model. Yeah, it's got its hands. They're already moulded onto the gears there. And this one obviously goes on the wheel. He's got his shoes. He's got his hat. Yeah, he's sat down driving, so very, very cool. So it's nice to have 2 figures. It makes much more of a diorama. I don't know about yourselves, but when I was younger, I used to love models like Tamiya kits, where they used to come with 4 or 5 figures. You can just make these really cool scenes, and it just brings it to life a bit more, doesn't it? Always like my dioramas. Yeah, so we've got your props here. We've got a few more your running gear. Looks like your Maybach engine exterior here. Your cowling. So you've got your fan belt. And you've got really nice. Nice bit of tooling. And a little bit more here. So we got your paneling. We got your wire cutters. We got your LMG to go on top. That's really nice on the tooling on that one. See that one there? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you got your tow hook, you've got your plate, you've got all your shafts and all your bits, because these would just be too small to mould in a 135 or a 48, but when you get the 116, the level of detail creeps up. So it's a lot of people in the comments say things like, wouldn't there be less detail on a 116 kit? But it's quite the inverse really, because the scale allows more detail and more fidelity in the smaller parts, and that's, yeah, it's a different ball game really. I mean, the 116 stuff is it's quite refreshing. If you only ever do 135 armor or 148, then jumping up to 116 it could be quite a nice palette cleanser. And yeah, I really recommend it. I'd like a 116 kit. I mean, I haven't got any in my stash at the moment because the stash is full, but by the by. Yeah. So anyway, here's your lookout ports. They are functional as well, so they do open and close, which is really nice. Got your outer plating here. Got no rivets on there to count, unfortunately. More structure. Again, very similar one here. We got some more guns on there. That's the MP40. Really nicely tooled. Yeah, very cool. We've got some your gas masks. We've got your holsters, a few extra bits. So these might be for the figures actually. You can add them on there, or for the vehicle. I'm not sure. Got a few satchels. Got some more radio parts. And a couple more. Sprue tower is falling. Never mind. We'll leave it there. We're nearly done anyway. So here is the top of the chassis. Yeah, just give you some scale. Sense of scale on that. Pretty big. And your final sprue bits. So you've got your links, your steering wheel. Always useful to have one of those. And yeah, a little pots and pans. So very, very cool. Yeah, a lot of parts. Really, really impressive stuff. Right, so that is the Werk Sd.Kfz.250-3. Really nice kit. A lot of sprues in there. A lot of sprues for the money. And yeah, very good value kit as well. So if you've been thinking about getting into 116 modeling for a while, this is a really, really good entry point into the world of big kits. Absolutely fantastic for weathering. It's a really interesting kit because you've got lots of options. You've got your jerry cans, you've got your radio, you've got your engine, you've got your photo etch parts on the front, but it's all quite simple. So you can really get into it without being overwhelmed. And I think that's where this kit really excels, is that you've got drivers as well, so you can learn to paint figures. You've got a nice bit of weathering you can be doing. You've got some tracks to build, but not too many. Yeah, really, really fun. A really good project, this one. And the amount of liveries you get in there as well. Yeah, just really couldn't recommend this one enough. So if you think about getting into 116, can't go any far wrong than this. Werk Sd.Kfz.250-3. Thanks for watching.